Today on Weenie Envy, Metalworker. 3 colorless mana for a 1/2 artifact creature construct. Metalworker was a staple in a lot of decks that utilized quick, fast mana for artifacts. It was actually banned from Commander, and it's currently banned from Tiny Leaders, but it was recently unbanned in Commander. In fact, this card was once worth well over $300. A foil Metalworker sold for more than $800 at one point. That's practically a Mox or a relatively beat-up Black Lotus card. It's amazing. People really scrambled to get them. Of course, now you can get one for about $30 because people have realized that it's a very specific deck type to play Metalworker. Not every color is actually able to put it into the deck and then use it, although it works very well with blue for its artifact affinity cards, or being able to convoke things with Chief Engineer, or it works very well with white, being able to return it from your graveyard, or being able to give it protection to keep it in play so you can cast other things. So in monocolor decks, it works very well with both blue and white. It can even work well with red because its effect, getting that much mana, works very well for X spells, but also you can use it with the activated abilities of a lot of artifacts. As long as they're not mana abilities, you could even use Kurkesh, or you can even use Pia and Kiran Nalar with activated ability to turn all your artifacts into damage if you needed to. So Metalworker just basically speeds up any artifact type of deck. And of course, you can do a mono black deck with lots of artifacts by being able to reanimate things from your graveyard, or to put more artifacts into your hand by just drawing cards. But if you wanted to, you could actually go into a colorless deck. For example, you can play Karn, but I play Kozilek. Lots and lots of artifacts, but it's important to point out that Eldrazi cards aren't actually artifacts. So, when you reveal cards, you have to reveal something with the type of artifact. Eldrazi cards, there isn't any Eldrazi artifact card, even though they are colorless. You can cast them with the mana. There's no restriction on the mana that is produced by Metalworker. But, again, any type of artifact card works. For example, you could play a Darksteel Citadel, hold it off into your hand. You could play Mox Opal, you can play Mox Diamond. These are all artifact cards. When you reveal them, then, you get 2 colorless mana for each one. Then, of course, you could play the Mox Diamond and then discard the Darksteel Citadel. You could play Mere Retriever to pull things back out of your graveyard. And if you go with the blue strategy, you can use Esper Zoa to return an artifact to your hand. And then just use the mana from Metalworker to recast it. That works because it just... it's a nice synergy. Especially if you have an artifact that allows you to return something, any effect when it enters the battlefield. It also works since you're playing blue. You can play Master Transmuter. You could play, like I said before, the Chief Engineer type of card. These are all excellent strategies for playing blue with Metalworker. But if you wanted to go with a colorless strategy, you would probably go with Mirror. You play things like, Mere Retriever or Junk Diver, the original card from Urza's Destiny, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, I believe it was Urza's Legacy. And just keep pulling those artifact cards out of your graveyard. Or you can play a card like Wall of Junk. Every time it blocks something, if it survives the combat as a 0/7 for 2, it comes back up to your hand. So Metalworker would allow you to cast it every turn without any difficulty, really. And it also works very well with cards like Trading Post, or even Thopter Assembly, allowing you to pull it back up to your hand when there are no Thopter tokens. Just being able to recast it again, something that makes your artifacts cost essentially 2 colorless mana less, is very, very, very powerful. And that's why Metalworker is the subject of today's Weenie Envy. And I hope this has inspired you, looking at your artifact cards a little bit differently, and understanding there is a difference between a colorless card like an Eldrazi and an artifact card that costs no color-specific mana. And I hope you're having a wonderful morning, a wonderful afternoon, and/or a wonderful evening, and I hope tomorrow is even better. Take care, everyone.